Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Kayode Adebayo. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has said that cabals and cartels are behind the blowing up of power transmission substations with dynamites and pulling down of a power line. Speaking during an interview on a radio program, the minister asserted that all problems in the power sector are surmountable. The minister, who maintained that he has been threatened many times by unknown persons who are against the reforms in the country's power sector, said he will not be bullied and intimidated by those against the progress and success recorded in the sector. Speaking further on the significant development attained in his 1 year in office, he said Nigeria had struggled with electricity generation of 4,000 megawatts. Adelabu added that in less than a year, the electricity generated was 4,000 megawatts, and within a year, adding that the target is to hit 6,000 megawatts with the support of the federal government before the end of this year. The Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited has vowed to end the queues for premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, as soon as the black market for PMS boomed. The Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPCL, Olufemi Shoneye, told newsmen that the oil firm is working hard to tackle the fuel supply challenges, stressing that the queues should clear by midweek. NNPC also declared that it did not owe international oil traders for $6.8 billion as claimed in some quarters, a development which some industry watchers described as a major reason for the widespread PMS scarcity in Nigeria. But despite the national oil firm's assurance that the queues for petrol would clear this week, oil marketers said that the loading of products at the depot had yet to improve. Findings revealed that black marketers of petrol who sold the commodity in jerry cans took advantage of the situation as they dispensed PMS for as high as 1,200 naira to 1,500 naira per liter, depending on the area of purchase. This came as the sole importer of the commodity blamed the petrol scarcity on evacuation challenges at PMS vessels. NNPC is Nigeria's only importer of petrol, noting that other dealers stopped importing the commodity due to their inability to access the US dollar required for petrol imports. Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu has identified accountability, credibility and transparency as central in the work of ECOWAS Parliament's Joint Committee. He spoke in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, on the sidelines of the committee's delocalized meeting. Kalu chairs the Parliament's Joint Committee on Administration, Finance, Budget, Public Account, Macroeconomic Policy and Economic Research. The lawmaker said financial committees under the Joint Committee seek to interrogate the financial health of the Parliament. The Deputy Speaker said the Parliament will block gaps, weakening transparency, accountability, and credibility. The federal government has begun implementation of the recommendations of the investigative panel it set up to investigate phony universities selling fake educational credentials to Nigerians. The 12-member investigative panel, which was chaired by the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Maiduguri and Chairman Board of Trustees of the Committee of Vice Chancellors, Professor Jibrila Amin, had made some far-reaching recommendations in its report submitted to the federal government through the Federal Ministry of Education. Some key recommendations of the panel were enforcement of quarterly submission of admission lists by institutions after matriculation and the compulsory conduct of admissions by tertiary institutions through the Central Admission Processing System of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. Report says the government, through the Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mama, has written the institutions directing them to regularly submit their admission lists to JAMB not more than 3 months after matriculation. Recall that following the publication of allegations of certificate racketeering involving some foreign institutions, especially in Cotonou, Benin Republic, and other countries, the ministry constituted an interministerial committee to investigate the allegations to find lasting solutions. Now to sports. Nigeria-born UFC star Israel Adesanya has succumbed to a fourth-round submission loss to South Africa's Dricus du Prelis in their middleweight title showdown at UFC 305 in Perth. Despite leading on the scorecards heading into the championship rounds, Adesanya's dream of reclaiming the belt got shattered by what he described as a dumb mistake on the ground that allowed du Plessis to secure a rear naked choke. Reflecting on the fight, Adesanya admitted that he felt strong and resisted his takedowns well, while admitting that he made a stupid and dumb mistake on the ground. The fight, which had been fueled by intense pre-fight tension centered on African heritage, saw both fighters engage in a grueling back-and-forth battle. Now on the foreign scene, Malawi's main opposition, the Democratic Progress Party, has endorsed former President Peter Mutharika as its candidate for the 2025 presidential election. Mutharika, who led the country from 2014 to 2020, pledged to fix the economy, which has struggled with slow growth and currency shortages. He will face incumbent President Lazarus Chakwera, who is seeking a second term. Mutharika also plans to ally with the United Transformation Movement, though the party has yet to confirm the partnership. It will be recalled that in 2020, Mutharika lost his re-election bid to Lazarus Chakwera, an anti-corruption crusader. The election was a repeat vote after the country's top court quashed the result of the May 2019 exercise, which gave Mutharika and his Democratic Progressive Party victory. In 2021, Mutharika accused the current government of politically prosecuting him. Malawi's Anti-Corruption Bureau in 2020 froze the personal bank account of Mutharika and his wife, Gertrude, in a probe seeking to uncover his role in a 5 billion kwacha, amounting to $6.6 million cement scandal. Now still on the foreign scene, the Italian Fire and Rescue Service has said one man has died and 6 other people are missing after a sailing yacht sank off the coast of Sicily in the early hours of today. According to reports, the 56-meter yacht was flying a British flag and Britons are among those missing. The 22 people on board included 10 crew and 12 passengers and also included an American and Canadian nationals. Emergency services rescued 15 people including a 1-year-old child after the vessel encountered poor weather off the coast of Palermo. The body of the man, whose nationality has not yet been identified, was found outside the wreckage. The Italian Coast Guard said 8 of those rescued are receiving treatment in hospital, while the British Foreign Office said it was aware of the incident and in contact with local authorities. A statement from the Italian Coast Guard said that a nearby boat offered assistance to people before emergency services arrived. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. It was edited by Adebare Ejimakinde. Please join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.